Howdy, what is up everybody? It is Joel with Black.Death.Thrash.Doom and it's time for a collection update. Interesting fact, because I have a gaming channel, we call them pickup videos, and I started to notice as I'm watching metal videos that like nobody calls them pickup videos, you guys call them collection updates, which is totally weird and just something odd to notice about doing two different genres of videos in YouTube is that people call them different things. I didn't know that until I really started paying attention. But I've got one massive pickup here. I don't remember how many CDs are here, like 12 or something like that. There was one more. There was a Rivers of Nihil CD. I ended up giving that to a friend. But yeah, I got this all from one dude. There's a Facebook group that I'm a part of, and they have a side group that has a place for selling and buying and trading and, you know, death metal, black metal, whatever the hell you want. Well, this guy hooked me up with a fat stack of CDs for no joke, $50, and there are some freaking crazy amazing things in here, so let's just get straight to it. We're going to start things off with, there's a lot of stuff from Portland here. I don't know why. I don't think he was from Portland. I think he was from the Midwest, but I could be wrong. The first thing is actually something I already have, and that's AGLOC, The Mantle, on the End Records, but this is the, like, remastered digipack. I wasn't sure, I had to look it up, but I guess it's remastered. And yeah, it's a nice digipack, whatever, but I already have the original CD. I do like the booklet, pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Really cool booklet. I can't remember if this is the same booklet as the cased version, because my cased version is upstairs. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. You know, good photos and everything. Nice art. Digipacks, say what you will about them, you know, at least this one's fairly nice. Okay, next one. Oh, and if you don't know what AGLOC is, I'm sure most of you guys know what AGLOC is, but folky black metal, some clean vocals, harsh vocals as well, from Portland, Oregon. Unfortunately, they do not exist anymore, but I really enjoy AGLOC. The Mantle's a pretty damn good album, but this is not my favorite. I still think Pale Folklore is my favorite of theirs. I don't know, call it nostalgia. I've been listening to AGLOC for a long time. The second CD actually also from... No, maybe these guys aren't from Portland. I think these were the guys from Battleground, Washington. But this is Ceremonial Castings, and this is the Salem 1692 CD, but this is the reissue of... It's not really a reissue. I guess they re-recorded this, which is pretty damn cool, but, you know, I never really knew what to think about Ceremonial Castings. They're like this odd Black Death, but like symphonic too, and sometimes pretty theatric, but sometimes like really dark and badass. I like the band photos, they're pretty freaking cool. I like the art in general, it's pretty neat. You've got a pentagram made out of naked ladies, so that's pretty neat. And that's what's on the slipcover as well. Not really a big fan of slipcovers. What is interesting is this is limited out of 666, and there were two different versions. This one was like 444 copies, I believe, and then the other one was 222 copies in a wooden box, which is pretty cool, but kind of extravagant. I don't need a wooden box. Plus, this was cheap as shit, because it came in a big lot. So, Ceremonial Castings, they're chaotic. I mean, the best way I could describe it is like Black Death that's like a little atmospheric and symphonic. Freaking weird. I haven't heard this one enough. This is one that I just haven't heard enough. I've never really gotten into Ceremonial Castings, but I'm going to try now that I have a CD. Now this, oh my god, another CD with the slipcover. I don't really like slipcovers. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Do you like slipcovers? They're fucking useless, and a lot of the time they're hiding good artwork. But, this is a good example, but Consummation, The Great Solar Hunter. Now, these dudes are from Australia mostly, but what's interesting about this is they have three guitarists, one of whom is one of the guitarists from Weakling, who played guitar on Dead as Dreams, which is amazing, and actually makes sense when you listen to this music. So, three guitarists, it's a very overwhelming, really kick-ass, very dissonant but heavy sound. Not unlike something like, oh god, I don't know. I heard some like Portal influences in there, in my opinion. God, now I'm escaping. Now names are escaping me of what I was thinking that this sounded like before, but it was just really powerful, almost a Blue Das Nord type dissonance, and just overall, the atmosphere was oppressive and crushing, and I actually cannot recommend this enough. Australian band, Consummation, Consummation? I'm sure it's Consummation, but really good album. This is probably one of the best ones in the stack. It was just really mind-blowingly good. Very, very heavy. If you like things like Plebeian Grandstand, you'd probably like them too. Okay, moving on is a band that is not black or death metal, though there's certainly elements of both in both of these CDs. I got 2 CDs from the same band, and that's Full of Hell. This one's the, God, what is it called? Trumpeting Ecstasy. It's so small, but really cool cover, and I got this and I was like, I have no idea what these guys are. I've heard the name before, but I never knew what they were or what they were about, and put these CDs in and was immediately blown away by, like, Black Death grindcore with, like, power violence. And there's, like, one of these CDs has a noise track on it, or maybe more. I don't think I've listened to either of these all the way through. Guilty of not listening. Here's the other one. The other one is Weeping Choir. These are really good CDs from what I've heard, but I haven't heard all of them. It was just kind of overwhelmingly like, this isn't what I expected. It's like, it's a little like Brutal Truth, but darker. And sometimes the dude's vocals do actually sound a little bit Kevin Sharpish. So if you like Brutal Truth, it's not too dissimilar of an atmosphere, but like mixed with Pig Destroyer and I don't know, man. It's just some power violence stuff for sure. But Full of Hell, I actually do recommend these guys. I'm mostly a Black.Death.Thrash.Doom guy. I mean, that's the name of the channel. But, you know, grind, I do like some grindy stuff, and I do like some stuff that's mixed with this kind of weirdness, and Full of Hell is pretty cool. Pretty cool. By the way, I'm going through these in alphabetical order. That's the reason why it's just all over the place. But one of the cool things that was in there was a Judas Iscariot CD, I can't talk, To Embrace the Corpse's Bleeding. This is a CD I've never owned before, though I have owned a few Judas Iscariot CDs, and I don't own any anymore except for this one. I sold them for some reason, or traded them for something cool, probably video games. But Judas Iscariot, we all know Judas Iscariot from, Indiana? Illinois? I think it's Indiana. One-man band. This is the first, like, black metal one-man band I knew of, like, in America, you know what I mean? Like, when I started listening to black metal a little bit more heavily in, like, 98, I just didn't really know of a lot of black metal. It's like bedroom black metal, I guess, is what you would call it. There was also Krieg. Is Krieg one member? I think Krieg is one member too, so maybe I'm lying. I don't know who came first, but Judas Iscariot to increase the corpse's bleeding. Yeah, I can't talk. Good time to do a video when I can't talk. I haven't drank anything today either. So, To Embrace the Corpse's Bleeding is the last full-length album, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, from Judas Iscariot, and it's really good. It's nice. It's, but it's really simplistic. It's straightforward black metal, but it also doesn't sound like anything that you hear nowadays. This would be a very hard sound to recreate these days. It's just... maybe the atmosphere is what it is. I don't really know, but there's something about old Judas Iscariot and old stuff from especially the late 90s. It's my favorite. I love the atmosphere, and To Embrace the Corpse's Bleeding is full of that great atmosphere and just awesome riffing, great drumming, and nothing extraordinary, but it certainly does the job. If you like Dark Throne, I mean, you'll like Judas Iscariot, fairly standard black metal, but whatever. Okay, so what sucks is this is the only CD that was, like, really damaged. The cover's just completely, like, beat up. And it's a good album. Lurker of Chalice, self-titled. I was stoked to get this in the lot, but it's really, really wrinkled. I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but the cover is just completely, like, water damaged. Not water damaged. I don't know what happened to it. It just got beat up. And so, there it is. Very simple. I mean, there's not much inside. If you guys don't know who Lurker of Chalice is, Lurker of Chalice is Rest's other project. rest from Leviathan in the United States. I guess he's in Portland now? The guy's moved all over. But I'm a decent fan of Leviathan. I'm not like a huge hardcore fan. Massive Conspiracy Against All Life was really, really good. And, I mean, honestly, most of them are pretty good. I have a few of them right there. His first two albums are pretty damn good. But, I mean, I'm not a huge Leviathan fan. Lurker of Chalice is something different. And I think it's something I need to spend more time with. It's pretty damn cool. Me and the lady were really enjoying this. It was very almost doomy and sometimes just like thought-provoking and ambient, but at the same time scary sounding and pretty damn good. First song's a little bit more black metal, which I thought was interesting, but the rest of it, not so much. From what I remember, I heard the whole thing like once and then was listening to it again recently, but only heard like the first few songs. So I need to give all these more of a shot because, like I said, I got these all in a stack, and I keep buying CDs like a freaking maniac, so it's just kind of hard to keep up and listen to everything. So this was a weird one. This is the only non-metal one in here that it's just, I don't know why it was in there. I'm not complaining about a CD that came with a bunch of other CDs, but I'm not really into this. Maybe you guys know who this is, but Softkill with Savior, I believe I had to check somewhere other than the Metal Archives to find out who these guys were and where they were from, because they're not on the Metal Archives. They are certainly not metal enough to be on there. This is on Profound Lore Records, though, I will say, which is interesting. But Softkill is like some kind of weird, like, they said it was like some kind of post-punk, and I was like, what? But it's like really 80s sounding. This just sounds like 80s music. And not in a bad way. I don't hate it. If this was on in the background, I'd be like, okay, like, whatever, but I don't know. This is not anything I would personally put on or seek out in my collection, and it's very simplistic art, and it's just like, why the hell is this in between, you know, Lurker of Chalice and Uwada? Nice transition, right? So Uwada, I have a couple things to say about Uwada. First of all, Uwada has quite the reputation for themselves these days. Yeah, I almost saw them. They played here locally. Well, it was actually a few towns over, but they played here locally, and I was supposed to see them. And as soon as I get there, one of my buddies came up to me and was like, Uwada canceled. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, they canceled. And I was like, I thought they were like here, like their bus is like, their tour thing is here. It was like a big van. And they're like, yeah, they got in some argument with the sound guy, and the sound guy wasn't having any of it, and they weren't having any of it either, so they basically just walked away from it. I was like, oh, okay. And then there was the incident in Mexico where they were too hot, and then there was some incident recently, I can't remember what, but it's just like, Uwada's either got very bad luck or, I don't know what's up with them, but they just have attracted some weird negative attention. Maybe these guys were the guys from Battleground, Washington, or these guys are from Portland. I think these guys are from Portland. But this is Devoid of Light. This is the second album, I think. I think this is the second album. I'm not positive. This is on Eisenwald Records, and it's actually pretty cool. I like the presentation. Actually, to be honest, I like the music, and this leads me to the other thing that I have to say about Uwada, is the comparisons with Magua have got to stop. I don't like because the band both wears hoods, they sound alike. They don't sound anything alike. I don't know. I feel like some people maybe are just like going by strictly looks. Look, dude, I'm a bald guy, and I've had people tell me that I look like the dude from Disturbed. I look nothing like the dude from Disturbed, except for I'm bald, and it's like the same fucking thing. Like, Uwada sounds like Magua because it's, you know, the same amount of dudes, and they all wear hoods, man, and they're wearing leather jackets on stage. No, they don't sound anything alike. Magua, first of all, Magua is much better, in my opinion. Uwada does have its moments, though. I like their howls. The vocals, the howls, ooh. That, at first, I was like, I don't know. That actually grew on me. So, they have that going for them. But Magua's got a much darker sound and a much more straightforward, yet the way they intertwine their two guitar riffs is just, it's magic. It's very well done, and although I don't listen to a lot of Magua anymore, I just listen to so much other stuff, Magua really do know how to weave some intricate stuff with two guitars, and I'm not saying that Uwada doesn't, but these guys are way more like uplifting and like almost melodic at times, much more airy, if that makes sense. Magua is much more in the depths and deep and in a cave, and these guys are much more like out in a meadow, and like, look at their videos. They're out in the Pacific Northwest where I live. They're out doing their shit. Magua's like underground somewhere yelling at stone carvings carved by ancient aliens and gods that were fighting millions of years ago with nuclear weapons. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Uwada is pretty cool. Don't let the negative hype shit don't let it demotivate you from playing this. They're actually pretty good. Give them a shot. And don't let the Magua comparison even get to you, because they don't sound anything like Magua. They're both black metal. They both wear hoods. Whoopee! And actually, I don't know if they have the same amount of members. Okay, next one, we've got a really good one. Venom. I assume it's called Venom, not Venom. That would sound stupid, but, you know, what do I know? Anyways, Venom is a U.S. act. This is also on Profound Lore Records, and Venom play fairly straightforward black metal, but they're kind of atmospheric a little bit too. There's definitely more atmosphere than just a straight up black metal band like Judas Iscariot or like Dark Throne or something like that, or Tak or whatever. But Venom is a little bit more. Is it Take or Tak? I've always called them Tak, but who the fuck knows except for the people that know. But oh yeah, I should say the album title, it's Ageless Fire. I actually ordered the shirt of this, and they sent me like a small. Do I look like a small motherfucker? So I sent it back. They didn't give me a refund, or something went wrong, and I was just like, I'm never ordering from you again. So I don't have a Venom shirt, but I almost did. Well, I did for a little bit, but it was itty bitty. But Ageless Fire, pretty straightforward black metal. Yeah, but pretty good. And these guys are from like somewhere weird. I think these guys are from like New York and New Mexico. I think it was like Santa Fe and Brooklyn. See how good my memory holds up. That's according to Metal Archives. Who knows how up to date that is. Now, Wayfarer, holy shit. This is fucking sick shit. This is really good. This is almost like if you took AGLOC and took all the bright, pretty parts out and just left the black metal, but somehow it's still folky. I don't know. These guys have amazing vocals, nice and varied. I haven't heard it enough for me to give a proper assessment, but I love the art. I love everything about this album. From what I've heard, it's pretty good. I will say that it's not like the most memorable thing ever, because I can't really remember a song off the top of my head. That being said, the couple times I've heard it, I really enjoyed it, and I like the artwork inside. We got a nice fun train. We got glossy pictures of the band. I don't know what's up with that, but okay. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, just all kinds of cool art, nice presentation. Yeah, pretty cool. Wayfarer, Colorado? I think they're from Colorado. So yeah, Wayfarer. Actually, the more I think about this band reminds me of Morker from Sweden. Not sure if anybody has ever heard Morker from Sweden, but if you listen to their last album, Hostmaker, unless they've released a new album, I don't think so though, it reminds me of this kind of like AGLOC or Fen or Word or Weird, W-Y-R-D, that band. Like that minus the pretty stuff. That's Wayfarer. It's fucking amazing. You need to listen to it. I'm sure there's some pretty stuff in there. I can't remember off the top of my head. Too much music in this damn pile. Moving on to something that I am familiar with, at least the band, it's the letter X. Now, what band could possibly start with the letter X in a black metal guy's collection? Oh, gee, I don't know. Is it Xasthur? Maybe. But anyways, yeah, Xasthur, The Funeral of Being, on Bloodfire Death Records. Pretty cool. I am kind of picky about Xasthur. If you don't know, they're from the Bay Area. He's from the Bay Area. Good old Scott. But yeah, Xasthur, super depressive, suicidal black metal. This album is pretty darn underproduced compared to the ones that I have. I really like To Violate the Oblivious and Telepathic with the Deceased. I also like Suicide and Dark Serenity, which I think was like a... Was that an EP or a demo? But anyways, those albums were pretty damn good for me, so I was not sure what to think about this when I first popped it in, and it's really raw, it's fuzzy, it's definitely kind of over the top, like raw black metal, but it's good, it's got a great atmosphere, the songs are pretty awesome. I listened to this just recently, and I was actually impressed with it. It was pretty good. It's just so raw. But yeah, if you don't know Xasthur, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You should probably listen to it. I suggest To Violate the Oblivious, probably, or Telepathic with the Deceased. What are you guys' favorite Xasthur albums? And the last CD that we've got, moving on to Finland, we've got Ymir. I can only assume it's pronounced Ymir. It's Y-M-I-R. And this CD is awesome. It's just self-titled. This is on Werewolf Records. I'm not very familiar with Finnish black metal, except for a few bands, and oddly enough, this band does remind me of a band from Finland. I believe they're from Finland, but this band kind of reminds me of Behexen. Behexen mixed with just like... God, I keep mentioning Darkthrone, but they're just like the standard like black metal, you know what I mean? Or like old Satyricon minus the keyboards. Like, I don't know, there's something about Ymir's atmosphere that reminds me of Norwegian black metal a little bit, but it's Finnish, and it's really fucking good. This is so damn good. The second song, Silvery Howling, oh my god, the riffs in that song are amazing. If you want just straightforward black metal with amazing guitar riffs, fantastic drumming, great, I mean, everything about it's good. Vocals, great, fantastic shit. It says Pagan Black Metal on the back. I like the blue CD, and yeah, it's nothing super special on the inside, but I do like the artwork and everything. Really cool. It's an awesome CD. I don't really know what else to say about it because I can't really think of many bands that remind me of this band, but maybe Sargeist. You know, I'm saying all this shit and I'm realizing I don't know how to pronounce anything. But anyways, Ymir, if you like Sargeist or Darkthrone or Behexen, you're going to like this, and I guarantee you might actually like it more than those other bands. This was surprising, to say the least. It was the CD in this stack that I had known the least about. I was like, what the hell is this? And wow, what a surprise. Good stuff. So that's all I have for you guys today. Just a bunch of awesome CDs, great albums. Go check out Consummation. They are amazing. If you like the video, please be sure to subscribe. That'd be amazing. And hit that like button in the balls. That would be sweet. Come back for more. There's going to be a lot more content, including reading through those metal magazines. Metal Maniacs, my second issue, will be coming very soon. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys for watching, and keep it metal.